In this session, we are going to set up a Revit project. All of the essential steps have been introduced in the fundamental course. Here, we just need to combine the steps, including creating grids, creating levels, drawing property lines, building up topography, and excavation. First of all, let me demonstrate how to create grids in the Revit project. Open the Revit template file that you have downloaded. Go to the project browser and select the B1 floor in the floor plans. After that, under the Insert tab, select the Import CAD tool. A dialog box named Import CAD Formats will pop up. Select the CAD file that we have downloaded. Please confirm the import settings in the bottom area of this pop-up dialog box. Make sure that you have checked the Current View Only checkbox. Also, select CM in the Import Unit drop-down list and choose Auto Origin to Origin in the Positioning drop-down list. After we finish the settings, click on the Open button to import the CAD file as an underlay. Now we are ready to create grids. Under the Architecture tab, on the Datum panel, select the Grid tool. From left to right, bottom to top, click on the grids according to the underlay. After the grids are created, let us use the names that are shown on the underlay to name the grids. Follow the same sequence from left to right, bottom to top. Finally, adjust the grid length to make sure all of the horizontal grids intersect with the vertical ones. The next step is to create labels. Similar to the previous steps, in the project browser, select the South elevation in Elevations. Following the same procedure, we select the Import CAD tool under the Insert tab, and the dialog box named Import CAD Formats will pop up. In the dialog box, select the corresponding South elevation DWG file. Also, make sure all the parameters are set correctly. Then click Open to import the CAD files as an underlay. We must align the floor CAD lines with the corresponding labels in the Revit project. Let me show you how to do it. Left-click on the imported CAD file, and then select the Move tool under the Modify tab. Click on the endpoint of the 1F label CAD line on the underlay, and then select the 1F label in the Revit project. When we have finished the alignments, we can start to create the other labels. Use the Copy tool to create the labels. Select the 1F label in the Revit project. Then click on the Copy tool under the Modify tab with the multiple checkbox checked. Click on the floor CAD lines from bottom to top. Then the label will be copied to other floors. After creating the labels, we need to extend the lines of the labels. Also, we need to extend the grids to make them intersect with the labels. The next step is to create the floor plans. Click the Floor Plan tool under the View Plan View tab. In the New Floor Plan window, select all the levels and click on OK to finish creating the floor plans. The third step is to draw the property lines. We must first import the floor plan CAD file of the site. In the project browser, open Site in the Floor site. Apply the procedure for importing the CAD file. To make sure the property lines can be seen on the floor plan, we should find the Visibility Graphics tool under the View tab and check both Topographic and Site in the list. Select the Property Line tool under the Massing and Site tab. Then use the Pick Lines tool on the Draw panel to pick on the property lines on the underlay. After finishing sketching the property lines, we click on the green check icon on the More panel to exit the sketch mode. In addition to the property lines, we also need to draw the architecture line. We use the model line for the architecture line. Before drawing a model line, we need to select the line style. Under the Annotate tab, select the Detail Line tool. In the Line Style drop-down list, select Center Line. After drawing the architecture line with the Pick Lines tool, we may extend the line to appropriate length. Let us duplicate the architecture line to other plan views. Select the architecture line, then under the Modify Lines tab, select the Copy to Clipboard tool. Click on the Paste drop-down menu to choose Align to Selected Views. In the pop-up window, select all the floor plans in the list. Click on OK to copy the architecture line to all the other floors. The last step of this section is to build up a topography and excavation. In the project browser, open the GL floor plan. Under the Massing and Site tab, select the Topo Surface tool to build up the topography. Choose the Place Point tool and then select the 4 vertices of the property lines. Click on the green check icon to finish editing the boundaries of the topography. We can edit the material of the topography. In the Properties palette, find the Material parameter and select Plant. Now we can start to create the boundaries of the excavation area. Under the Architecture tab, find the Rift Plan tool and draw 4 reference plans nearby the grid lines. Then we adjust the distance between the reference plans and the grid lines to place the reference plans accurately. In this case, the distance between the top reference plane and the grid line D is 50 centimeters. The distance between the left-hand side reference plane and the grid line 1 is 70 centimeters. The distance between the right-hand side reference plane and the grid line 4 is 70 centimeters. The distance between the bottom reference plane and the grid line A is 80 centimeters. These 4 reference plans determine the boundaries of the excavation area. Select the Building Path tool under the Massing and Site tab. And then in the Property Palette, select GL in the Label field. In the Height Offset from the Label field, input -500. Under the Modify Create Path Boundary tab, we select the Rectangle tool to sketch a rectangle matching the boundaries of the reference plans. Click on the green check icon to exit the Edit mode. After finishing the 4 crucial steps, we can go to the default 3D view to inspect the model. Check the section box in the Properties palette and adjust the boundaries of the section box to see the cross-section of the model.